A construction worker lifted a concrete block and unexpectedly found a cross-section of a human body hidden inside. Forensic David chiseled open the concrete, and inside lay an unidentified female corpse. There was no concrete residue in the victim's throat, indicating she had died before being buried in the concrete. From the broken larynx and the strangulation marks on her neck, it was clear she had been strangled to death with a car seatbelt. The nylon fibers found in the woman's teeth also confirmed this. Lab tests showed that these fibers came from new seatbelts used in Japanese vehicles, but multiple car manufacturers used this same model, making breakthroughs from this clue as difficult as finding a needle in a haystack. Forensic experts estimated the victim died at midnight 2 days ago. There were no surveillance cameras at the construction site, and no one knew when the woman was buried in the concrete. James found no one matching the victim's description in the missing person reports. Now, their only clue was the items left behind by the victim during her lifetime. Sherlock looked at the wristband found in the woman's pocket and suddenly had an idea. This type of rubber wristband was used by many large companies. They abandoned traditional access cards and used the radio chip inside the wristband to represent an employee's identity. When the boss saw the photo, he didn't recognize it was his employee Laura at all, but the chip in the wristband had already confirmed her identity. Sherlock questioned the boss, having heard from colleagues that the boss had just fired her last week, and their relationship had been tense before that. After hearing this, the boss realized he had become a suspect in Laura's murder and quickly argued that if he had already fired her, there was no reason to kill her. Moreover, Laura was only suspended temporarily. He wouldn't have made the decision to stop her if it weren't for her lack of progress in the MoMA research. James was confused after hearing this. It turned out that MoMA was a project led by Laura, designed to remove marine pollutants and toxins, and Laura was considered one of the top engineers in the country. The company assigned her to develop this machine 2 years ago. Initially, she worked hard on research trips around the country, and the boss had great confidence in her. But a few months ago, she suddenly said it couldn't be done. The boss found it hard to accept, so he transferred her to another position. But her attitude didn't change, which led to her suspension last week. The boss explained the whole story, stating he could provide an alibi for the time of Laura's murder. Finally, he said they could look for someone named Troy, as he had heard Laura arguing with Troy on the phone a few weeks earlier.